Hello fellow makeup lovers, how are you guys doing today? I am super excited for this video because we are going to be playing with a bunch of products from Oden's Eye Cosmetics. They did send everything that I'm talking about today over in PR, but I do want to let you know this video is not sponsored. I don't normally feel the need to make that disclaimer, but I know they've been sponsoring a bunch of videos. But I just did this on my own. I just felt like playing with their products today, so that's what I decided to do. I am going to be testing out the Alva eyeshadow palette, which is super pretty. Just show you what it looks like really quickly. It's kind of some like mauve-y tones, a little pop of yellow. And I mentioned this recently in another video and a bunch of people seemed like they wanted to hear my opinion on it. So your wish is my command. I also tried out 2 of their lip products, a blush and then a highlighter palette as well today from them. If you are new to my channel, my name is Amy and I do a ton of videos focusing on indie makeup and indie makeup brands like Oden's Eye Cosmetics, which is actually a Swedish indie brand. So if you want to see more videos like that, definitely don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Now let's go ahead and jump on into the look. Okay, let's go ahead and start off with the Alva eyeshadow palette. I wasn't going to do swatches, but then I kept looking at this palette and I don't know what I want to do today. So let's just do some very quick swatches. First, we have the shade Jasmine, which looks like a really nice, very light kind of transition-y rosy brown shade. Then we have Baby's Breath, which is another just kind of more neutral, soft shimmer. We have the shade Coffee Bean, which, ooh, that's pretty. Kind of looks like a brown with gold flecks in it. And then lastly on this row is Daisy, which is a cute little yellow. I feel like I was obligated to say cute because of the name Daisy. Ooh. I'm going to do a little extra swatch of that yellow just because it's my pinky. Next we have the shade Carnation, which looks like another just kind of soft, neutral shimmer shade. Not that different from Baby's Breath. We have Lotus, which is a soft mauve matte. Cherry Blossom, which, ooh, that's pretty. Kind of more like a red, kind of rusty shimmer. And then the shade Sunflower, which is a shimmer that's a little bit more of an orangey yellow, but that one is not quite as textured as the other ones that I've felt so far. Ooh, that's pretty. All right, now I'm excited because we're getting into some more of like purpley shimmers. This is the shade Dandelion. This looks stunning. Look at that. That is so pretty. It has like a kind of like violet reflect to it. Morning Glory, which is, I think, the second to most deep matte in the palette, and it has a little bit more of like just a warm, rich tone to it. We have Dahlia, which is another kind of purple, kind of a bit more muted, but really textured. And then Golden Tulip, which looks stunning as well. Look at that. I love textured shimmers. Lastly, we have Camellia, which is another kind of mauvey, mauvey midtone. I don't normally say mauve, so I don't know where that came from. We have Lilac, which I think might be the shimmer that I'm going to end up putting all over my lids because I just love that tone. Or, ooh, that could be pretty on the inner corner if I do something more smoky. And then we have Peony, which is the deepest kind of burgundy tone. And then Cosmos, which is kind of, that one actually feels a little bit drier and it's very sparkly. It's like a brown with gold flecks in it. Very interesting. Look at that. Just love lavender colors. Ooh. Okay, that was what I thought was the deepest shade. That's actually not that deep. I think that shade's actually a little bit deeper. I wish that there was one deeper shade in this palette to make it more versatile for everyone. And then that shimmer is very interesting. Like the texture is super, I almost wonder if that's actual glitter. I hope not. So that looks super pretty. So much texture going on here. I think I do know what I'm gonna do today now. I already went ahead and primed my eyes with the Milani eyeshadow primer, and then I threw just a touch of the Tarte Shape Tape over top to give me a little bit of coverage. I think I'm going to go ahead and start off with this shade right here called Jasmine, and I'm just going to throw that into the crease as my first transition shade. Ooh, that's pigmented. It's blending out literally right away. I'm also just going to go ahead and throw that shade along my entire lower lash line. All right, now I'm going to dip into the shade Lotus, and I'm going to put that a little bit lower through my crease. Just quickly blending it out, throwing it on the lid a little bit. It does not have to be very precise. That's pretty. And they're blending well together, blending super easy and quick. I'm also going to go ahead and dip into that shade Lotus and throw it on like the outer half of the lower lash line. Again, not being super precise, I'm just throwing it on. I'm going to take the shade Peony on that same blending brush, but I'm actually going to go ahead and do the flat side. This is the BK Beauty 206. I love this brush for this and for a smoky eye, and I'm just going to go ahead and put Peony all over the lid. I feel like that shade is definitely a lot softer than it looks in the palette. I wish it was more of like a true rich burgundy. Picking up a little bit more and trying to build that up some. And then I'm also going to go ahead and grab that shade Peony on my little pencil brush, just throwing that on the outer third. I think I'm going to dip into the shade Dandelion just a little bit for the lower lash line, honestly, just because I think it's a really pretty shade. I just want to try it out. Super sparkly. And then lastly, I'm going to go ahead and take the shade Lilac, and I'm going to pop that on my inner corner. Oh my gosh, that is so pretty and textured and sparkly, and just I love the color of that shade. Wow. I'm just lightly blending that out, really giving it its own little moment. Okay, so we definitely need a burgundy liner today. I'm going to go ahead and pull out the Nabla Cupid's Arrow in the shade Arrow number 3 liner and just throw that in my waterline and tight line. It's just a little bit of a chunkier pencil. All right, now I'm going to quickly throw on my We Makeup More mascara, and I'll be right back. Okay, so now for blush, we have the Alva Flower Blusher, and this is the shade Little Jasmine. The packaging on this is just so cute and adorable. So there's what that shade looks like. I'm just going to go ahead and do a quick swatch. Ooh, that's pretty. Okay, it seems to be very pigmented, but it's like a warm blush. It looks like it's a little bit satiny. Very pretty. I think because this looks so pigmented and it is a little bit, just a smidgen of a darker shade, I'm going to go ahead and pick up a little bit on my blush brush, and then I'm also going to tap it off on my hand first to get rid of a little bit of the excess product. Ooh, gosh, and it's still super pigmented. Wow, okay. I should have tapped it off on my hand even more. I'm fine. Okay, I'm gonna like completely just wipe off my blush brush as much as I can. That got intense really fast. So I'm feeling like this is probably not gonna be a favorite blush for me, just because I don't go for blushes that are a lot of work. I'd rather just have something that I can slap on and go with blush. So I feel like I mean, it's blending out, but it's just very pigmented. Then let's go into the highlighter now. This is the highlighter palette technically. This is the Soul Mane highlighter palette, and I did use one of these already. So here is what that looks like. I did have one come broken, which I repressed, and then I think I've used this shade already, but let's just go ahead and do some quick swatches of all of them. There's like a really light kind of golden tone, which I definitely really like colors like that. Seems like a nice kind of satiny, more natural formula. Then we have the purple iridescent shade, which, I mean, it's kind of like a purple blue shift. That one feels not as intense, and I don't really go for that color of highlighter that often. And then we have like a pinky peachy one, which is honestly the prettiest one to me, I think. Like that's everything. And then we have the last one, which, let's see. Oh, that's like a white with a gold reflect, which actually that looks really pretty and intense as well. I think that would be really pretty on the inner corner. I think today I'm going to go ahead and try this one just because I already tried this one in my indie makeup brands from around the world video. Just going to go and throw that on the tops of my cheekbones. Oh wow, okay. That's more intense than I thought it was going to be. Super pretty though. I'm curious to try the other pinky shade with this highlighter brush and see how that looks because I really liked the tone of that one. And then last but not least, we've got two different lip products here, and I think I might actually go ahead and just try both of them with y'all. So there's one, this is the, let's see, this is the Alva Cream Lip Stain in the shade Little Jasmine, which is the, goodness, it's the same shade as the blush. Let's do a little swatch. I feel like I've heard really good things about these cream lip stains. So there's what that looks like. It kind of has a glossy finish to it. And then we have the Alva Matte Lip Stain in the shade Ripe Papaya, which sounds really nice. I feel like it's going to be a very warm kind of fall tone. Ooh, look at that. There's Warm Papaya. That looks so pretty. Don't think it necessarily goes with this look today. So maybe I'll do Warm Papaya first, and then we'll do the cream lip stain afterwards. So. Alright, so that seemed to dry down pretty fast. It feels like a very comfortable lip stain. I didn't do the best job at lining my lips, but the color is pretty. I feel like it applies right away, super bright orange, but it kind of mutes down a little bit as it dries down. I really like the color. I feel like I could definitely add some more lip product to my upper lip. I feel like it looks a little patchy, but I think it'll be really, really nice for fall. So I'm just going to go ahead and wipe it off real quick. All right, now let's try Little Jasmine. Smells really good. Super glossy, super comfortable. It's a little bit thicker of a gloss, but it is not sticky. Oh man, I forgot to show you guys. They sent over a brush too, and the blush brush side is so soft, like one of the softest brushes I've ever felt. The other side is more like a foundation brush, which I really wouldn't use, and I was gonna use this for blush today, but I forgot. Alright, so this is the finished look, and I really love how it turned out. Let's just quickly sum up my thoughts on the products I tried today. I feel like the blush is my least favorite just because it's not my personal preference. The packaging is beautiful, the color is really pretty, but it's just so pigmented that I have to work really hard to blend it out, and I still feel like I have a ton of blush on. So if you do have a medium, deep skin tone, this could be really, really nice for you, especially this color in general. I'll have to go back and look at what colors they have available and see if there's something that I would pick up that I would like more. But for me, it's a little bit too much work. I have other blushes I would reach for 100%. The highlighter palette, I am actually a little bit surprised by. I think that the highlight looks really, really pretty. So I'm excited to try this more. I think this will definitely be something I have to keep testing, see how it wears throughout the day, all that jazz. And then the lip products I'm pretty excited about. I think that the papaya one is going to be so nice for fall. Like I said, when I tried it on, I just did a quick little thing, so it was a little bit patchy, but I look forward to testing that out further. And then the one that I'm wearing now, the cream, super glossy, super comfortable. I could see myself reaching for this a lot. It's a little bit of a deeper nude than what I typically go for, but I do like the tone of it. And then as far as the eyeshadow palette goes, again, I like it, but I have slightly mixed feelings because there's so many beautiful shimmers in here. I mean, they are just stunning. The shade Lavender, Dahlia, Dandelion, the shade Baby Breath, and Sunflower, and Golden Tulip, but those ones really speak to me. I know I just named almost every shimmer in the palette, but I feel like the mattes are definitely a little bit on the softer side. They blended really easily. They showed up easily for me, but I do see someone who has, again, a medium or deep skin tone struggling a little bit with this palette and needing to pull in additional mattes. I feel like overall it was a pretty good first impression. I did want to mention two more quick things before you go. First is that I did have someone reach out to me and just kind of share a little bit of a bad buying experience from Oden's Eye, and really the issue was they had a palette come completely broken to the point where it was not salvageable, and customer service said that things that were broken would not be replaced. Basically that it wasn't their responsibility. So I wanted to let you know to definitely check out their website and look for all of their policies before you place an order so you're completely informed. And then also I just wanted to shout out my friend Karen Harris. She also did a video recently talking about several other products. I think she also bought the Little Jasmine blush and the lip product and the Alva palette, and I think she might have used the highlighter palette as well. So if you're curious to see a lot of the products that I use today on more of a tan skin tone, I will have her video down below. Definitely recommend checking her out. I love Karen so much. I'm biased. She's a really, really good friend. But that's everything for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.